What's up, guys? It's your girl Stacy Cake, your host for What's Hot, and I am here to review SZA's latest album, SOS. So this is my first time doing a video like this, so I'm super excited. If you guys enjoy this video, make sure you like, subscribe, comment, and most importantly, share. Spread the news, spread the opinions, spread the good things, you know. So yeah, if you're interested in hearing my thoughts and my rating for SZA's new album, make sure you stay tuned. Okay, let's get into this review. So basically, this is, like I said, this is my first time doing something like this. So I want to break down. It's a method to my madness. So I want to break down how I'm going to be rating the album. So basically, when I do these ratings now, if you guys enjoy it, I will be rating the album out of 5 stars. So how many stars can you get out of 5 after I broke it down? And I'm not just like listening to it once and like coming on here and just talking. Like I had my notes, guys. Like I've really like taken notes and left comments for myself on each song. So like I've done the work. If you guys want me to continue to do this, it's gonna definitely take some work to keep this going, but it was actually pretty fun. So I'm really trying to be fair here, and in that light of fairness, so the stars are gonna come from 3 categories. I've judged the album up against 3 categories, my rubric, if you will. So this rubric consists of 3 categories. These categories are creativity, substance, and catchiness. So let me get into a little bit about what each one means and what I'm trying to keep in mind while I'm listening to the album and I compare it to each of these categories. So creativity, I'm thinking about vocabulary. Does it have odd subjects? Are the song titles kind of like obvious, or are they kind of more like, oh, like I wonder why they named that song this or whatever. Now for this album, I will say SZA is in a whole nother lane anyway, so like bear with me. Like I know she's creative in her essence, but creativity is like obviously like with music, with productions, it's a sense of creativity. So when I'm rating on creativity, I'm not judging per se the person, but so much how much did they go out of their own comfort zone, their own lane, not really compared to everybody else, if that makes sense in the creativity aspect. Now with catchiness is important to me because I feel like that's what makes the song stick. That's what makes me want to come back and listen to the song. It doesn't necessarily mean like all the words have to rhyme or anything like that, even though that does help. We hear from some of the songs that are popular today, we just like it because it got a little jingle to it. But that does help, but that's not the only way your song can be catchy. Like it can have a good tune, a good rhythm, something that really makes it memorable, and your delivery can help the song definitely be catchy. Like, oh yeah, like the flow of it, you know, kind of get people vibing. Not that like catchiness, you know. And then substance is topic matter, obviously, but also that uniqueness about the topic matter. Is all of the songs in the album the same, talking about the same thing? Obviously with R&B, most of the songs are going to be about love, but like, so I won't judge them based on that or rate them based on that, but like, are you talking about the same aspect of love all the time? Or are you talking about like one day you're talking about hurt, the next day you're talking about joy, the next day you're talking about marriage? I said the next day, the next song you're talking about marriage. You know what I mean? Like, are you mixing it up? Are you taking on different perspectives, different aspects? And relatability. That's a big part of substance because connecting with your audience is important. And if I feel like, you know, you're really speaking some real stuff, like I'm gonna want to come back and I'm gonna want to listen to it because I can relate. I'm gonna want to sing along. I'm gonna want to know the words because you're speaking my language, like you're in my head clearly. So I'm gonna want to listen to the song. So, and then we have the bonus point, and that can kind of be like anything that kind of makes the album stand out, or anything else that kind of I feel like the person did well that doesn't really fit into those other categories. So in each of those categories, creativity, catchiness, and substance, the project can score a total of 8 points in each of those categories. So you can score 2 out of 8 points, a 3 out of 8 points, a 5 out of 8 points, so forth. And then you can score the bonus point once I've went through all of those categories. And the bonus point can make the difference between if you have a 5-star, 4-star, 3-star, 2-star, 1-star. You guys get the point. So yeah, so that's basically how we're doing this. And I've listened to this album in the car, and then I came multiple times, and then I came in and sat down and wrote comments about each song and which category I felt like that song represented. So at the end, I added up all the points, did my little what's hot math, and that's how we got our rating, which I will be telling you at the end of this video. So let's get into it. So I have my notebook right here. Let's do this. So let's talk a little bit about SOS. It has 23 tracks. It was released on December 9th. It has 4 noted features on the track. And 3 singles have been released to date. And those are Shirt, Good Days, and I Hate You. And you may know other songs from like TikTok, but like official songs that she's like been promoting and released, those are the 3. Okay, so again, catchiness, substance, and creativity. So I'm going to start with the top tracks, the tracks that I feel like encompass all of those. So I have 8 tracks. So I'm going to give her 3 singles off the top. That's Shirt, Good Days, and I Hate You. Creativity, substance, and catchiness. She got it. Now, the other songs, let's get into my favorites. F2F, completely creative. I think that explodes with creativity and just her stepping out of her comfort zone with that kind of sound, that ruggedness kind of sound, that country rock sound. Loved it for her. Smoking on My X-Pack, love the title. Like, it just had great vibes, memorable, catchy. Low, that was my song. Like, when I first listened through the album completely, that was the song that stood out to me aside from the singles. That was the song that stood out to me the most at first. Love that. Forgiveless, full package. I'm gonna say less because y'all already know that song smack. And then Blind. And we probably know that from TikTok. Blind, blind, blind. Like, I didn't even know that was SZA at first, but like, I'm loving that. So those are my 8 tracks. She's starting off strong. There's 23 tracks on the album. So we have under half of those, just under half of those songs are full package material. Meaning they have the creativity, they have the substance, and they have the catchiness. And this is not to say that other songs don't have that, but these are the ones that really pop to me. You know what I mean? Like, these are the ones that really like, really fully popped and highlighted those for me the most. So yeah, let me know if you guys agree with my list at the bottom. And then I'm going to go through each of the categories and kind of let you guys know what songs kind of like encompass what I mean when I say creativity, what I mean when I say substance, what I mean when I say catchiness. Now, these are not going to necessarily be the songs that I listed at the top of this video because I already listed them. That would be no fun. So I'm going to give some other examples of songs that may not have made the full package list, but do a really good job of like embodying what I mean when I think about these categories. And then I'm also going to touch on my least favorite songs. So let's start with my least favorite songs. I didn't really like Open Arms. Like, I didn't hate it, but it was kind of boring to me. Like, it didn't really stand out to me. Travis Scott's part was the most interesting to me, like, and that was mostly because it was such like a mellow song. I was very interested in hear his sound and what he was going to bring to the track. But other than that, I kind of like was kind of tuning off and kind of getting disengaged kind of through that song. I don't know. It could be just me. Let me know in the comments what you guys think of Open Arms. My other kind of least favorite is Gone Girl. It does have the catchiness, I give it that, but it just doesn't do it for me. Like, I don't know. Don't hate me, guys, but it just did not do it for me. Like, it was not like, gone girl, gone girl, gone girl. I'm like, okay, like, I don't know. I didn't hate it. but it's just like, I feel like it's not something I need to hear. I don't know. Overall, very solid project though. Very, very solid project. I think you guys will be happy with this rating in the end. I do love SZA, but I am trying to, when I do this review, like, I'm trying to be as unbiased as possible. Not like just a fan, like whoever I'm a fan of, just giving them the highest ratings. Like, I'm not trying to do that. Like, I'm really trying to go in with like my music taste, because I think I have a great, you know, taste in music. Like, I can hear a hit. You know, like, I think Jada Waiter said that on the Impact. I was feeling her. Like, you know how you can just, you know, that's going to be a bop? Like, I feel like I know that, you know? So, yeah, that's what kind of inspired me to do this. And, yeah, let's just see. Let me know in the comments as you're watching this video what you kind of agree with, disagree with, and what's your favorite songs from the track. So, we're going to kick it off with creativity. So, the songs that I felt like encompassed creativity, Ghost in the Machine. The title, the subject matter, A1. I love that she kind of went on the topic about like how society is just caught up in these superficial things, caught up in like their phones and all this stuff. But SZA needs some humanity, and I perceived a little bit of sarcasm in the chorus with the questions she was asking. I just overall thought it was like a very creative track, she took a very creative angle to tackle the topic she was talking about, even if you don't understand it all. And I love the depth. So that's kind of like the substance there too that I think is great in that song, and the title, Ghost in the Machine. Like, when you hear that, you want to know, like, oh, what's this song about? You know, is she singing about a ghost, or is she looking at old pictures of her ex? Like, you know, it pulls you, it draws the listener, it makes the audience curious, and I love that. For that. So the creativity, peak creativity with Ghost in the Machine. The other track that I thought was really great with peak creativity, Seek and Destroy. This was another one of my favorites. The title, again, like, because I don't know, I initially thought like hide and seek, but then it's like seek and destroy. So I'm like, oh. And when you listen, she has she makes like analogies to war, and she uses like comparisons to war, and she makes religious references, and I just thought it was very well done. The vocabulary, like she talked about missiles, and what's some other words she used in there? Oh, she kind of just embodied like distress. But yeah, so like her missiles, regression, things like that. I love the vocabulary used to really add to, she used the phrase art of war. Like I love how she incorporated that and really stuck to that comparison throughout that song. Great creativity. Love the name, Seek and Destroy. And it's just like, it's not simple, you know, it has some depth to it, and I love that. I love that for that track, and that's why I think it encompasses the creativity category, and it's definitely a highlight of this album. Substance. Let's get into substance, because we all need more content, more entertainment with substance, not just trash that's making us like, but you know, we need something to fuel these brain cells, because honey, they're dying, our attention spans are shorter. Listen to Ghost in the Machine. Let's go back. Yeah, that's the vibe it's given, but probably much worse than how she put it. So substance, again, with substance, we're really just looking for something that's like unique, you know, unique topics throughout the project, relatability, and just the topic matter in general. Like, does it have like a consistent topic throughout the track, you know? And I think that's important so that your audience can follow along, like, what are we talking about in this song? So I love songs with substance, you know? And to be able to do that in a successful way where the song is still good is very challenging for artists. So if you can do that well, I think it really speaks to your talent. And I think honestly for this album, this was SZA's strongest category for me. Like, all of her songs had pretty much good substance in them. Like, you know, like she had fun, of course, on some tracks, but for the most part, which is what I love about R&B, it's it's substance in itself, you know what I mean? Now it is hard to change it up a bit as you talk about different songs. Depending on where you are in your life, it influences a lot of artists' ability to write about different topics and to successfully sing or rap about different topics. So I just thought this was SZA's strongest category for SOS. Like, the material was there, honey. It was there, okay? Like, yes, SZA. Like, I'm proud to be a fan of hers. You know, like, my girl is talking about stuff. I can relate to it. You know, that's just great. It was a range of topics and perspectives shared about relationships and about self-esteem. And it can be hard to do with R&B and romance to kind of go to have range. And my girl had range in this album. Snap, snap, snaps. And again, it was highly relatable for the audience, and I'm just going off of that because just like I've seen content where people kind of like vibing with it, and I think she does a great job, and that's why this sophomore album of hers was highly anticipated. So, examples of songs that represent substance to its peak. Special. Let's start with Special. Baby. What my girl say? What she say? What she say? What she say? I gave all my special away to a loser. Now I'm just a loser. Yeah, y'all know how I go. That is my jam, okay? She is pulling out all of the heartstrings. All of my heartstrings were like humming during this. Like, I mean, I think I saw a girl on TikTok was like, I'm not gonna call myself a loser. And it's like, I get it, because you know, it's power in the tongue, and I get it. But SZA had me singing on this, y'all. I was like, now I'm just a loser. Like, I love this song. I really loved it. Like, and it was really close for me, like, to put it in the full package list. Like, I don't really know what I felt it was lacking. Maybe like, because it is so like emotional, maybe the creativity. I don't know. Maybe it is a full package track, because I really did. I didn't realize how much I love this song when I was actually doing it, but like I've probably listened to it like 10 times since I did this, like, notes for this review. So yeah, that's probably a full package track in the end, but we're gonna leave it for the sake of the work that I've already done. We're gonna leave it as a peak track for substance, okay? I want to sing the whole song to y'all. Hold on. Change me, I hate that you made me just like you. Alright, I'm sorry, y'all. I kind of got off track with Special, but that's my song. Okay, so the next one, Love Language. I think this was really great representation of substance because it's super relatable. That's definitely been a trendy topic for like the last few years, love language. People are kind of learning more about relationships and are into like how relationships work. So for her to choose that, even as the title, was definitely, I think, a great marketing choice. It was a great creative choice. And also, of course, given the subject matter of the song, that she's actually asking for the person to kind of teach her their love language, or speak to her in their love language, because they've been hurting her, and she kind of wants to better understand them and be a better lover for that person, even though they've been hurting her. And I'm just like, girl, like, he need to be learning your love language. But I feel you. When you like a man, you be liking a man, and he be making you say some things that just don't be making sense to other people. So it's all good, SZA. We love you anyway, honey. But don't let him do that to you. Whoever wrote this song, I know it's a few people that wrote the song. It's okay, honey. We all been there. But yeah, again, great relatable, trendy topic, and it's very story-like. Oh yeah, you can kind of hear, I love that she kind of incorporated, I thought this was catchy too, because she incorporated, I don't want to live without you, I don't want to be without you, and hit different. You know, she incorporated that, so that was great. Adding to the substance and the creativity of the track. Loved it. Love that incorporation, that what I noted it as the Ty Dolla Sign Bad Shop. So I really like that aspect of the track, and yeah, I feel like it really lent to the substance in the song. And honorable mentions for substance are also used and far. If you listen to the song, kind of explanatory, I feel like they were deep and touched some great topics. So that's the substance category. And then at the end, I will go back and tell you guys what I rated, what the points I gave her in each category. So remember, the points can be X amount of points out of 8. So I'll go back at the end and reveal the final points and the final rating. So we're down to the last category, guys. Don't leave me hanging there. So catchiness. This was her second strongest category for me. Peak examples. A track that represents catchiness really well and substance was Nobody Gets Me. I feel like she really shared some vulnerable moments here. She was talking about he deep, now we beefing. And then he had a naked at the MGM. Oh, she was sharing the tea, okay? So I really liked it, and I thought it was a really catchy. It had some shock factor in there. It was a sweet song. Overall, memorable topic, scenario, kind of painting that picture again, vivid imagery. So yeah, I thought the song was pretty catchy in that regard, and it was just like everybody wants to be understood. So I feel like as far as substance, that was very relatable to her audience, to many people in general. Many people are going to vibe with the track because everybody wants to be understood. And if you've had the experience of feeling like your person has kind of like understood you, or that you found a person that understands you and makes you happy, like, you're going to vibe with this track. And yeah, I think this was a really good one for catchiness. Another one, Conceited. Conceited, SZA was talking her ish and Conceited, okay? My favorite bar, because she was rapping in here too. So again, lending this out to good creativity throughout the song and substance, and her just mixing it up. Like, I love that she was spitting some bars kind of throughout this album. Chef's kiss. But my favorite bar, all these bees is minions, despicable. Cue the minions. Yeah, yo, if you don't know, I'm a big kid, so I love like Despicable Me, all that stuff. So cue the minions, y'all. Cue the minions. I love it. That was my highlight track from that. And you know, I know people were like shocked because she kind of said she got her body done. She don't feel no guilt. I was like, okay. Like, it was just a very good song, and I think that people definitely are gonna vibe with that. And I gotta go back to Forgiveless. That's another one, peak catchiness, but we already talked about that. So now I'm just gonna get to it. I know y'all are itching to know the rating here, so alrighty, drum roll. In the category of creativity, SOS has scored 5 points out of 8 in the creativity category. For substance, SOS has scored 8 out of 8 points in the substance category. With catchiness, SOS has scored 6 out of 8 points in the catchiness category, bringing the total points earned for this album to 20. 20 points equals a final rating of 4 stars out of 5. So yes, that's a great album. Honestly, when I was doing it, I was like, this is gonna be a 5 out of 5 star album. I really thought that. I think the lowest score was in creativity, and again, I just think like she definitely stepped out of her comfort zone with like a couple of the names of the titles. Like, I feel like Kill Bill was kind of a cool name, but I would love to see it, you know, a little bit more shared throughout the topics, because like I don't know, but love is hard and it's easy to kind of get caught up in the thoughts, especially if you're in one kind of zone mentally. But overall, I think SZA is creative in herself, so this is just her against her, not her against anybody else. Like, we don't need to do that. Artists are unique in their own way, so I love it. I'm really gonna try to go to the tour. So yeah, like, shout out to SZA. I was definitely enjoying that album. I'm definitely enjoying the album. And let me know in the comments what you guys rate this album. Is it a 4 out of 5, a 5 out of 5, a 3 out of 5? It better not go below a 3 out of 5. This was a solid album. Y'all better do my girl right, okay? I hope I did her right. But I'm just excited to listen to it again. Like, I had my favorites like Forgiveless and Special. Got me in the chokehold, okay? So I'm going to have another music break really quick and vibe out for a second. Alrighty, thank you guys so much for tuning in. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you give it a thumbs up. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you comment and share. And I will see you guys next time.